Welcome back to the Phantom Gourmet. For brunch, you gotta love a good order of eggs Benedict. For lunch, there's nothing like a well-made taco. And for dinner, there are plenty of tasty options at a place named the Naumkeag Ordinary. There are ordinary restaurants, and then there's the Naumkeag Ordinary in Salem, Massachusetts.
Funky little neighborhood restaurant and bar here in Salem, right in the center of Salem. 2 blocks from the ocean, awesome local food, awesome draft beer and cocktails and wine.
Chef Dan Bitler and co-owner Matt Brady wanted this upscale casual eatery to stand out, so they decided to give it a rather unusual name. But the phrase Naumkeag Ordinary does make sense once you get the translation.
So Naumkeag is the Native American word for the Salem area, and ordinary is an old colonial term for a tavern or a meeting house.
So if Naumkeag means Salem and ordinary means tavern, basically this place could have been called the Salem Tavern. But that would have been a rather plain Jane name for such a dynamic and delicious restaurant.
I've worked in a few restaurants in Boston. I've worked for some very talented chefs, and I really wanted to bring that elevated urban cuisine into a North Shore.
The menu at Naumkeag Ordinary is separated into 3 sections: snacks, starters, and entrees. And the best place to start is probably with some house-made pickles.
So Chef Dan pickles everything. Guy loves to pickle. Today I think it's fennel, onions, red peppers, pickled cucumbers, and carrots.
The snack with the biggest cult following is the taco of the day, featuring 2 6-inch tortillas stuffed with whatever is fresh and seasonal, like this ancho rubbed pulled pork with avocado and tomatoes.
You don't need fork and knife. You can pick them up, pick them up. You get 2 per order, so it's a nice thing to share. I really like tacos.
As for appetizers, there's creamy butternut squash soup with brown butter and sage, spicy Port Judith calamari in a sweet chili sauce with citrus aioli, and a traditional bowl of PEI mussels simmered in an addictive broth of tomatoes, white wine, and garlic with crusty grilled bread for dipping.
They're plump, juicy, kind of a little sweet when you first bite into them, you know, and then you get that garlic finish. And then my favorite part about eating mussels is always dipping the toast points in afterwards. It smells like garlic, white wine, and butter. It's perfect.
And now on to the entrees, where the menu and the value here really shine. The steak frites feature a tender 10-ounce balsamic marinated hanger steak with a side of perfectly cooked hand-cut fries for under $20. Spaghetti and meatballs are elevated with ricotta stuffed beauties made with fresh ground beef, pork, and veal. Some customers go for the grilled bone-in pork chop with homemade applesauce. Others opt for the enormous bowl of gourmet mac and cheese oozing with aged Vermont cheddar and tasso ham with a crispy breadcrumb top. But if you plan on hanging out at the bar and having a true tavern experience, you gotta go for the burger. Boasting high-end beef, a fluffy bun, premium toppings, and plenty of fries, it's a steal for only $10.
I think it's one of the best burgers in Salem. It's 10 ounces, 80/20 ground beef, grilled to order. I'll cook it rare if you want, well done, however. Served with cheddar Swiss or blue cheese on an Iggy's brioche roll.
With its charming, old-timey atmosphere and come-as-you-are attitude, Naumkeag serves lunch and dinner 7 days a week. And on Sundays, you can stop in for beautiful brunch dishes like this.
The eggs Benedict, real classic. English muffin with some wilted spinach, poached egg, hollandaise sauce, served with home fries. Yeah, if you have a late night on Saturday, I think eggs Benedict, or any eggs for that matter, is perfect for on a Sunday morning.
And here's a dessert that would be perfect anytime, any day of the year. Sous chef Kevin Gowdy's nostalgia-inspired bread pudding is made with brioche rolls, fresh ground oats, and believe it or not, Lucky Charms marshmallows.
A little twist on your regular everyday bread pudding. I'm sure that it's going to be magically delicious as soon as it's done.
And it's just another extraordinary surprise for such an ordinary restaurant.
We want that fine dining quality food and service, but we don't want to charge an arm and a leg for it. I'd much rather people come back 2 or 3 times a week than 2 or 3 times a year.